Hello friends, welcome to the last part of antiarrhythmic agents, the drugs which are used in arrhythmia. Here, the very first category of the drug we will see is the beta blockers. So beta blockers are nothing but the drugs which are principally used in hypertension or angina pectoris, which shares the antiarrhythmic property. So they might be a cardioselective agent or they can be a non-selective beta blockers. But principal action is that they share the antiarrhythmic property. And principally they are also used as a hypertensor or in the treatment of hypertension and angina. So what they do is that they depresses phase 4 of the action potential. So spontaneous action potential, whatever generated at the phase 4 at the bottom of that. So refractory period is actually enhanced over there. So generation of action potential is little bit delayed. So there is a reduced spontaneous firing of the impulse. So phase 4 action potential is reduced. So due to that, they also reduces the automaticity of the AC node and Purkinje fibers. So whatever the automatically the tendency of AC node or Purkinje fiber, which is leading to the automatic generation of impulse and then it is propagated, this automaticity is little bit suppressed, we can say reduced by the beta blockers, because AC node firing is adrenergic firing is blocked by the beta blockers. There is also decreased conducting velocity of AV node. Atrioventricular nodal conducting velocity is reduced. So whenever the impulse is traveling through the AV node, it's traveling with a little bit of slower rate, we can say. So velocity at which it is moving into the AV node is bit decreased. So slowly it is moving towards the Purkinje fibers. And this is leading to the prolongation of a refractory period in the AV node. So combined together, this decreased conducting velocity and prolongation of refractory period, it makes the heart work in a slow fashion, in a slow motion. So the resting of the heart is maximum and slow moving of the heart, little bit slow moving of the heart, make it completely filling of the ventricles and working as an effective pump. There is no duration into the action potential. Total action potential duration is not enhanced at anyway, it is not changed. And there is an abolishment of the re-entry arrhythmia. So due to re-entry of the signal, whatever the arrhythmia which is occurred had been abolished over here. So there is a significant prolongation of PR interval. We can see here PR interval. So this interval and shortening of the QT interval. So this interval is shortened and this interval is prolonged. So this is one typical effect of this beta blocker. So propranolol or metoprolol, these are the drugs which are used in this beta blocker category. And additionally, propranolol also has the membrane stabilization effect, due to which they also act as an antiarrhythmic. So overall, if you see the beta blocker, what they are doing is that they reduces the adrenergic tone of the body, and due to that slow working of the heart takes place, and due to this slow working of the heart, they act as a depressant to the heart, and the automaticity and all this conducting velocity is reduced, and ultimately you will get the antiarrhythmic effect of this. So the next category is potassium channel blockers. So they prolongs the depolarization. These are the agents which block the potassium channel and prevent the entry of potassium channel ions inside the cell. That is, this is the mechanism of action. So what they are doing is that those channels which are responsible for entry of potassium ions inside the cell, the channels are blocked by these agents. And by this way, they prolong the duration of action potential, mainly in the ventricles. So the action potential duration is prolonged, and prolongation of effective refractory period. So by in the Purkinje fibers and ventricles. So combined together, the duration, prolongation of action potential and prolongation of effective refractory period, these combined together make the heart work slowly, and the duration in between two events have been enhanced. So this is what the action of this due to prevention of potassium channel blocking. Both the above, this prolongation of action potential and refractory period, abolishes the ventricular arrhythmia. Mainly this is the typical action of these potassium channel blockers. So due to this prolongation of action potential and prolongation of refractive period, the ventricular arrhythmia has been reduced. So there is no action on abnormal automaticity or excitability, or no action on responsiveness or conduction. So they do not have any action on these four type of actions. So on this automaticity or excitability, responsiveness or conducting velocity, there is no action. So potassium channel does not act on this. They act on action potential and refractory period. They also enhance the vibration threshold of the ventricles. They also abolishes the re-entry arrhythmia. So by this way, the ventricular arrhythmia fibrillation threshold and the re-entry arrhythmia is blocked, and it facilitates the recovery from the ventricular arrhythmia. So thereby prolongation of action potential and prolongation of QT intervals. So these are the overall effect of potassium channel blockers, which is responsible for ventricular arrhythmia treatment. Next category is calcium channel blockers. So calcium channel blockers ultimately uh, prevent the entry of calcium ions inside the cell, and availability of calcium ions for the actin myosin filaments will be less, and due to that the contractility of the muscles will be reduced and the heart will little bit depressed. So they block the activated and inactivated calcium channels. So calcium channel blockers block this calcium channel and prevent the entry of the calcium ion inside the cell. For example of drug is verapamil, which suppress both the early and delayed depolarization. Primarily they act on SA node and AV node. They decreases the AV nodal conduction. The conduction traveling of the impulse to AV node has been decreased and prolong the refractory period of the AV node. So there is an enhancement in the refractory period. The resting period will be enhanced into the AV node. The drugs which are used as a calcium channel blockers are verapamil and diltiazem. So ultimately calcium channel blockers, what they are doing is that the availability of calcium inside the cell responsible for the contraction of the muscles through the actin myosin filament has been reduced. So calcium channel blockers reduces the availability of calcium and thereby act as a depressant to the muscles, and the heart rest for the longer duration of time. So this is what the calcium channel blockers and all other drugs which are working for the antiarrhythmic action. So this is all about the drugs which are acting as an antiarrhythmic agent. Dear friends, if you have any kind of a difficulty or doubts, you can contact me on the given number, or you can write me on the my email address also. Thank you very much.